So LiFi really is about wireless networking with light. It is multi-user mobile communications. It is not a TV remote control on steroids. It's really mobile networking. That's very important to recall, because the reason why we have looked into LiFi is essentially that we have seen an exponential growth of mobile data over the years. It's the compound annual growth rate of mobile data is between 20 and 60%, depending if you look at mobile or include Wi-Fi. So that is sort of fueled by more devices, by the Internet of Things, and by more applications, video downloads, and so on. And that is basically contrasted against sort of the experience that we have as a user using wireless services. We see increased time of buffering, we see more jitter, we see sort of failures of video upload and starting. And we see the detriments and the degradation of wireless services at home. And therefore, we've been looking for a new way, and that's for 20 years, and with colleagues and many other colleagues in the world, to really take the optical frequencies, which is part of the electromagnetic spectrum, and use them for wireless networking. We use them for building wireless networks. RF at the moment basically primarily uses the low and mid bands, and in some ways starting to use millimeter wave. But if we take the entire radio spectrum, the 300 gigahertz, we have 3,000 times more bandwidth in the optical domain, which we are going to use. And that bandwidth is unregulated. It's free to use anywhere on the world, and it's huge, as I said. So that's why we are trying to build these LiFi networks that achieve data rates at least 1 gigabit per second, but now looking at 10 gigabit per second, even 100 gigabit per second has been shown, that allow us to enable the metaverse, sort of the cyber physical continuum, the AR, VR headsets that require in the region of 10 gigabit per second to have proper services. And that not only per device, but we want to have a high area data rate as well. We call data density of 1 gigabit per square meter, at least coverage, and that in a mobile environment. If we use that bandwidth, we can also make the system, the transmission, more reliable. We have less jitter, we have more reliable communication, and therefore also lower latency. That is very important for machine type communications. And the quality of service essentially increases. And with that, compared with or combined with the unregulated spectrum available, we have a really number of ingredients that really transform our wireless connectivity and also creates sort of the future-proofs wireless communications. And on top of this, all of this, we also have the enhanced security performance, because light doesn't go through walls. And it's proven, and that's basically the beachhead market where LiFi really has been taken up by the defense industry, allowing secure wireless communications in all sorts of defense-related applications. So what do we need in order to scale that up now and to make it a consumer success and bring it into all the devices that we have around, our mobile handsets, our smartphones, our VR headsets, our AR headsets? We need two things. We need a standard, and we need products. So that's why we are really absolutely delighted and thrilled that after about 4 or 5 years of work, we have a ratified standard within the 802.11, the IEEE family of Wi-Fi communication. So that signifies and showcases it is a wireless networking standard, has inherited all the security features on higher layer protocols, but also adds the physical layer security. And it can use existing chipsets, existing Wi-Fi chipsets. It doesn't require new estates that they need to be put into smartphones. What is required is a transformation of the radio frequency outputs of that chipsets into the optical domain, and that's where we have a solution for. So that means you can basically readily integrate LiFi from a baseband point of view into headsets right now. And that is supported by a number of companies you see here. There's also that, what I need to mention is an industry alliance that basically drives the market adoption and the market education. That's the Light Communication Alliance with the partners you see on the slide. So we have both, we have a standard and have an alliance that really drives the adoption. And this is the second part, is the products. And we at PureLiFi, we have what we call light antenna modules that you see on the slide. They are not larger than a camera module. They can be integrated and can be connected to existing, as I said, Wi-Fi chipsets to build Wi-Fi connectivity with capability of 1 gigabit per second in a networking context. With that, I'd like to conclude and thank you very much for your attention.